Hey everyone, welcome back to my therapy lounge. My name is Joanna. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and today is episode 14 of Walks with Lily, where I walk my dog and we talk about anything mental health. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is challenging for everyone to navigate at times, which is personal boundaries. So, have you ever felt guilty for saying no or been called too cold or closed off for not sharing much about yourself? These are examples of porous and rigid boundaries. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down today, including what healthy boundaries look like with some examples that you can apply to your day-to-day, social media, work, and dating. All right, let's get into it. So first we need to start out with what are boundaries? Think of them as invisible lines that protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They define how you allow others to treat you and how you engage with the world. So there's three different types of boundaries. Porous, which is too open, oversharing. Rigid, which is too closed off, too restrictive, and healthy, which is the one that we all strive for. So let's break it down one by one. First, we'll start out with porous boundaries. Porous boundaries are like a house with no doors. Anyone can walk in at any time. People with porous boundaries often struggle to say no, overshare personal details, take on others' emotions, and feel responsible for fixing everyone's problems. So, some examples here, let's say using social media. So, posting every detail of your life and then feeling drained by DMs from strangers asking for advice. A work example would be answering Slack messages at 11 p.m. because you don't want to disappoint your boss. And then dating would be ignoring red flags because, oh, maybe they'll change or I don't want to seem rude. Personal boundaries often lead to resentment and exhaustion. Next up is rigid boundaries. Rigid boundaries are like a fortress with no drawbridge. No one gets in. People with rigid boundaries often rarely open up emotionally, avoid vulnerability at all costs, push people away to avoid getting hurt, and come off as cold or unapproachable. So some examples here would be in friendships, ghosting someone and say instead of saying, "Hey, I need space." In regards to using dating apps, keeping conversations surface level and never meeting anyone in person. And then a work example would be refusing to collaborate, thinking, I don't need anyone's help. So while rigid boundaries can feel protective, they often lead to loneliness as we remain too closed off to others and miss out on opportunities to connect with people. So balance is key, which leads us to healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are flexible but firm, kind of like a garden fence. You decide who and what gets in, and you tend to your own needs first. People with healthy boundaries say no without guilt, communicate their needs clearly, respect others' boundaries too, and know when to be open and when to protect their energy. So, some examples here would be social media, muting notifications after 8 p.m. to protect your mental health and do some quiet self-care activities. A dating example would be saying, I'm not too comfortable with moving this fast yet, instead of ignoring or ghosting the person. And work example would be setting the setting the out of office message on weekends and sticking to it, not checking your email outside work hours. So, the best part, healthy boundaries actually improve relationships because people know where they stand. All right, so how do you shift from rigid or porous to healthy boundaries? So, now let's talk practical steps. First is self reflect. Where do you feel drained or resentful? Second is start small, practicing no to something that's low stakes, like, oh no, I can't make that coffee date, or I can't make that event. Use clear language. So instead of, oh, maybe next time, try, I don't have the capacity for this right now. Next is protect your digital space. So unfollow, mute, or limit screen time guilt free. And then lastly, reinforce consistently. People will test your boundaries. So you do have to stay firm. So remember, having healthy boundaries isn't selfish or insensitive. It's actually a form of self care. Lily, you treat, you teach people how to treat you. Okay. And you set the tone in terms of how you want to be treated. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.